My name is $2 Tony, and this is my jabroni co-host, Buddyred. Let me see if I can't center him a little bit here.
To me.
There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And everybody, welcome to the second episode of the Friendly Extract Podcast, where we're here to talk about things like Escape from Tarkov, Arc Raiders, a bunch of different video games, content creation, music, movies, the fun stuff, man, and just to get a little bit to know about us. So, kick us off, buddy. Let's recap what you got going on for the week, man, or what you got going on in the future.
Dude, I mean, we just had the oh yeah.
I'm working on it.
Spell.
I type fast.
Um.
Yeah, I spiel really well.
Yeah, this week was Christmas. It was insane, bro.
Yeah. Was the little one on the naughty or the nice list? I'm guessing nice.
No, she's always on the nice list.
Okay.
She can't do anything wrong, you know.
Yeah.
Perfect thing. Yeah, it was just a busy week with Christmas and all that. Trying to bang out as much Arc Raiders as I can. We just wiped this past Monday, so everything's fresh again. Trying to regrind those workbenches and all that stuff, and trying also not to like get absolutely bodied by the people who didn't wipe, since it was optional and all that.
Right.
But, yeah, it's a busy but very good week. I got to see all the family and stuff, you know, all that good stuff. How about you?
Not too much. Kind of stream mostly. My parents, I was supposed to see them on Friday. I was supposed to see them on Christmas Day. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see them on Christmas Day. I know, I'm working on it. I see you tweaking in chat. There we go. I didn't get to see my dad because he was actually sick, but he felt better a couple days later, so I went and had dinner with them. I got to see my mom, my dad. Just kind of really an overall chill week. We actually locked in the house, so we got the keys, we got the garage door opener. We're ready to go. We're probably going to drive the car from where she is to the new house, drop off the car, and then fly back, pack the truck, and vamoose all the way up. So we're looking forward to that. So that's going to be probably the consuming my next 3 to 4 weeks of my time and all that good stuff. Right. But otherwise, we're just kind of hanging out, streaming, chilling, doing our thing. You know, can't really complain too much.
Yeah, the house and stuff is really exciting too.
I can't wait to get out of this. No shared walls with people, so when I scream at the top of my lungs, my neighbor's not like knocking on my door in the middle of the night. It never happened. I'm just
Right.
saying. I've had some interesting things with the neighbors here.
Yes, yeah. My wife burglar asked her like, "Hey, we share a wall with somebody," and I'm like,
"Oh, you have no idea."
I was like, "It's all right." Especially when I have my window open, like smack dab in the middle of the day or something if I'm off work.
Hey, you're just screaming. People are like, "What is wrong with this guy?"
You're like, "Make my asshole, daddy! Yes, harder."
Oh, anyway. My neighbors, they really look at me funny every time I walk the dog, and I can't understand why.
Yeah, I just asked if they have ranch, you know.
So
they've heard that.
What kind of wanted to talk to, review with you today, we were kind of going to go over was things like the winter conditions, right? Like, so we got the different cold snap that happened in Arc Raiders. You got the frostbite that's happening in Tarkov, right? So give me kind of like the rundown on how the mechanics and everything are working on the cold snap, because I haven't gotten hands-on with it at all. I know it takes like a map condition.
Simple. Yeah, so it's like the night raids, stuff like that. Really simple. Just there's no, I don't know how much time. I think it's like 3 to 5 minutes maybe. And then actually probably 3 minutes before you have to find some type of cover. And it's not just like you can't just hide on a bridge. Like it has to have like a cover with walls.
Okay. Get inside.
Yeah, it's good to block, whatever.
Are hatches open?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like a night raid. It's more like the
storms.
What's it called? Yeah, like the electromagnetic storm or the hit a bunker on Spaceport.
Okay.
And then everything's just snowy. Really doesn't. The only like weather effect really is just fog. It gets pretty foggy. Basically, just kind of like Tarkov, like fog wise.
Okay.
So you can only see if you feet in front of you, but the ping system is absolutely busted.
Because
if you
of it.
ping somebody from really far away, sees them through
Oh
the
yeah.
really you shouldn't be able to see them.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things I don't like about the ping systems in games. It kind of
Yeah.
just cheeky.
Yeah, they need to do something about that. Like at least like increase the hitbox when you try to ping something is like if they are like 300 meters away and like a little speck on your screen, their hitbox is still like
Visible.
hitbox almost.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
you can even ping off of them, and you'll still have to ping sometimes.
Interesting. And is it deteriorating your health, or is it like chunking your health?
So it deteriorates your health, your white health, very, very slowly.
Okay.
Like maybe like 1 or 2 HP, because you have like what 60 HP.
Okay.
Like 1 or 2 HP per tick, and you can do a bandage, and it'll cancel out that.
Kind of
and actually, if you use a big bandage, it'll actually be
faster.
I actually used a big bandage today, and it actually did it faster, and I almost kind of screwed me over because I didn't realize until it was too late, and then I started chunking more and more and more. I was like, well,
so like if you stay out longer, do you just hurt more faster?
No, I think you just get continually to hurt.
Okay.
Honestly, I haven't really done a lot of testing. Can you say hi?
Hi. Hi.
Say good night. Say Tony. Hi, Tony.
Deer in headlights.
She gets so tired. You kiss?
She said, no, I don't want to give you a kiss. Get off me. Why did you pick me up, man?
She's like, who's that? Bye-bye.
Okay.
Good night. But yeah. So that's... See you in the morning, Gertie. I know. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Nothing too complex to it.
Okay.
Pretty easy to counteract with just normal heals.
So, and they also came out with a new Raider deck I saw.
Yeah, the hockey skin's dope.
Okay.
I've really been enjoying it.
So they got a new set of skins out. I gotta actually get my hands on that. I need to get to Kappa.
Yeah, they started putting skins on the Raider tools as well.
Okay.
And so with a hockey skin, you got a hockey puck for the Raider tool.
Like a goalie stick.
And then okay. And then you got, I think there's 5 total now. There's one in the new the holiday battle pass.
Okay.
And then there's a boat one that kind of goes with like the scuba diver skin. And there's a new one with a new, like, I don't know what the fuck it is. New weird skin with a mask and horns and stuff.
Okay.
So there's 5 Raider tools total now for skins.
Oh, I think I saw that was like the crown of like thorns or something, the crown of horns or something like that.
Yeah,
I saw that one. That one was actually.
I bought it. I have no idea what the fuck it is. So I was like, that looks cool.
This is interesting. I kind of like the flair that the game has, though. I gotta say that, where it's like quiet steps, stress loud.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's an interesting one, but I gotta say it seems to have a warmer reception, no pun intended, than the other side of the fence that we talk about typically on the cold front.
Most wonderful time of the year for Tarkov.
I mean, man, the frostbite has just been brutal. It just constantly takes away your health unless you wear either like a hat or, of course, you know how they love to do this. You have to get arena and then have ref 4, and they made a mask you can wear that keeps out the cold, but they don't have it any other way. I know.
That's insane. At least put it on other Raider or other,
I would think that they should put it on
traders.
Ragman so at least everybody has access to it, but God only fucking knows.
Even they put it on Ragman 3 or 4 as well. Like, at least you don't have to grind arena for it. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree.
Tarkov.
It's kind of weird that was the only place that they put it. I mean, they should have put it on Ragman 4, but it's interesting. They did
the same thing with the earbuds, but it took them how many months?
I haven't seen them on Peacekeeper yet. I don't even know what the fuck they're locked behind. And you know me, I'm almost a Kappa and almost escaped at this point. Like I'm running out of tasks to do, so I don't know what the hell they're locked behind at this point. And the winter event's been a little more lackluster, to be completely honest. The quest line is not all that that intriguing. I haven't been really so apt to grind at it. It just kind of fell flat on its face. Then again, who knows?
They added Santa like 2 days ago too.
Santa's in the game, and they made some adjustments, so now you can actually kill Santa and take his bag and his hat and his beard and stuff without hurting yourself, scab karma wise, which is
that's good.
Kind of nice. But I mean, once again, it's kind of weird that everybody has to wear a hat. Like you have to wear a beanie of some sort, otherwise you freeze. Beanie and a shanka, a fleece cap, yeah, or ironically, the penis helmet has a built-in fucking beanie, so you can walk around looking like a giant phallic object the entire time, and you know.
Hey, in my Timmy days, that was my favorite helmet. I rocked that shit.
I mean, I don't mind the frostbite effect if it wasn't damage over time. I mean,
there's at least a better, fair way to counteract it.
Yeah, or if liquor worked a little bit more, because like I don't know, typically speaking, I'm not drunk for 30 seconds after slamming an entire bottle of vodka. But you know, call me old fashioned then. I guess it's I don't really know what to say about that at that point, right? Like you can walk up to fire barrels and it'll help, and once again, you can put a hat on and take the hat off, put the hat on, take the hat off, but you get frostbite within like 8 seconds. It's also a debuff for your stamina, you know, your overall stamina recovery, blah 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 blah. So.
Yeah, it just feels bad to play.
It's feeling a little rough around the edges. Obviously places like Labs, Labyrinth, anything indoors does not have it. So you can go inside and you'll be fine. But once again, you got to traverse a lot outdoors in Tarkov. So it's a little bit of a rough around the edges feeling right now. And I would guess it's probably going to run for the next few weeks. But I kind of like the approach that Arc Raiders does, where it's a map condition. Right? Yeah, like
you can entirely avoid it if you want to.
I think that it would be better if there was almost like a map condition, like it was at night that you would get frostbite.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Right? Like it's so cold at night you would get frostbite, but up the rates of boss spawns and cultist spawns. Make them a little more difficult. Entice me a reason to go out in the cold and get hurt. Like right now I'm just constantly drugged up and just running around like I don't want to take damage. And that kind of like counteracts what their whole point of doing the event for us. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. I mean, events are supposed to be a fun, engaging thing that really pulls people into the game. And
I know,
even though it's just temporary, it's like it's taking like Tarkov's already painful enough as it is. It doesn't need more, STDs applied to it.
Trust me, I know. I'm well aware. It's been a rough few days too with the cheater situation. I've had a couple very low hour accounts just doo-doo on me out of nowhere, and I'm like, all right, well, GG go next. Here we go again. Yeah. But that's, as you said, that's a whole topic in itself. Cheaters in multiplayer video games, man.
Yeah, I feel like we'll keep bringing it up every episode, and then we'll all right, one day we'll have a whole episode just on cheaters.
An hour and a half long bitch fest about it, right? Tarkov gives me the old itchy scratchy. I mean, you're not wrong, dude. It's like I said, it's a little rough around the edges, but it's got its own kind of charm to it, right? Like there's a reason that we all keep coming back. And what the statistic they released was there was like 19,000 years of playtime since 1.0 came out from the player base. That's a lot of fucking Tarkov,
man. And like we always say, there's also just nothing like Tarkov. Like
it's got to be something about the engine that they built the first-person shooter on. I'm convinced of it at this point because nobody else built a first-person shooter on a Unity engine. Not that I can know, not that I know of, and if I'm wrong, please somebody chime in and tell me, because like I don't have the slightest clue.
Nothing that's currently active in the same aspect that Tarkov is.
Or even the same kind of generation, right?
Yeah, I used Unity when I was doing my senior capstone project in college.
Okay.
And it was fine for a rookie trying to figure out what to do. But if my professor was like, "Don't use Unity," like that's not a good game engine. Unity. Because of course my professor also was like, because I graduated with a computer science degree, so like my professor for fun was like a community mod like
Okay.
community mods and stuff for like games. I think a big one he did stuff for was like Skyrim. So like, he's like, yeah, Unity.
That's cool.
Like, awful. So
That's cool.
when he was like, don't use Unity, we're like, it'll be fine. We're only doing it for like a semester.
Super
and we're not
easy
gonna finish
stuff.
the game anyways.
Yeah. Super easy
And
stuff.
it was like, he's like, if you ever actually want to make a game,
Just
like,
don't use Unity.
like right as Unreal Engine was like really picking up, he was like, just use it. Like Unity's for anything else, but
Yes, but you know what, man? I feel like a lot of the new Unreal Engine games just feel soulless. They just feel like
I mean, 5 has a lot of issues on its own, and then a lot of people have really been
driving home on 5 for no reason.
driving 5 because it's just the newest thing, even though it has a lot of performance issues. Then people don't know how to fix those performance issues, and then also people are just reusing the same fucking assets.
Oh my god!
And it's like you're a AAA studio.
It's an
asset. The same fucking assets of it, like
I know.
Like make your own fucking shit. Like that's another big problem, but that's also
is a whole other
fucking
conversation. I mean, there's
fuck AAA, bro.
Well, that's kind of where it's all headed to, right? I mean, look at what has won all of the accolades is all these what you would dare call AA studios or indie developers who are people who are putting the passion in the game and not trying to fucking sit there and pretend my fucking wallet is a cow and milk every last fucking bit out of it. So
yeah.
I mean, once again,
you can feel the passion when you play a game.
Yeah,
Tarkov is an AIDS fest, but like it's
our AIDS fest.
That like fuck this game.
Yeah,
like, don't you fucking dare say a goddamn thing about.
Don't you take it away from me? It's Stockholm syndrome, right? Like in a sense, I get it. And like we said, it's got its ups, but it also has its downs, which kind of I think is a real big thing of every extraction shooter is spawns, right? Like,
yeah, that's also a big problem in arc raiders right now. Actually,
is this an algorithmic thing?
I don't know.
I mean, look, you talk about two different sides of the coin. I'll kind of give you my 2 cents, and then I want to kind of bounce you. I'll start with my 2, and then we'll kind of bounce back and forth between them. On the Tarkov side, it's you're literally on your hands and knees on the loading screen praying to RNGs you didn't get fucked on a spawn. And there's just some maps. Reserve is a great example, and I think I even have a fucking Airwing clip of just the guy had like what, a 40-second raid. I have a clip of somebody I shot that's a 13-second raid. Like, is there not a way for you to take what the player count is in the raid, divide them up by groups, like take the 5-man over here, the 3-man over here, and then evenly space them out across the map every single time so you're not having the clusterfuck in the corner and the dead raid? Then on the flip side of the coin, you have arc raiders, right, which is said to have behavior-based matchmaking. So if you're not as an aggressive player...
necessarily entirely confirmed yet.
I thought the developer was one that said it.
Artist dev that said that.
Okay,
they were thinking about it, but it wasn't like an actual like game developer that said it.
I mean, it kind of translates over to there too, right? Like you also have all of these guys kind of just camping the extract or camping the I guess infills, right? Like, and you can just sit at these bunkers and just wait the 4 or 5 minutes, and eventually the group of 3 is gonna walk out. You guys just smoke them, scoop the goop, and dip.
I mean, I know it's happened to some people, but I have a few hundred hours into it probably now, or at least a couple. I'm probably pushing almost 200 or 200 at this point.
Okay.
I've never had that issue spawning in late or anything like that. I mean, I know, like in the back of my mind, if I'm pushing a hot spot, that I'm like until 18 minutes, there's dudes that are spawning behind me that can reach me in a minute to 30 seconds.
Right.
But like, I think there might be a vicinity thing. Like, I don't know. I've never had that issue. I've never spawned in and like walked out and instantly got into a PvP fight because somebody's just waiting for me to spawn. I think there's also just arc raiders pushes you across the map enough where you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
And if you stand still, the arc are gonna kind of push you away anyways.
Yeah, right. Like you can't
Um,
really be out in the open just there.
yeah, or you're hiding in a bush or whatever. Like the environment's going to push you somehow to keep rotating, keep moving. So at least I've never had that. I don't know. Maybe somebody who has been a little bit more unlucky than I have can say something to that. But um, at least getting spawn trapped, that's not an issue. But spawning in at the start of a raid, instantly getting in a fight within 30 seconds, I have had that, especially on Salamantis. It's just a small map, and I don't understand where all the spawns are on that entirely. I haven't really taken the time to like really study it, anyways. Yeah, it's a problem. I don't understand why it's a problem.
I also think it's a perpetual spawn issue, right? Like, at what point is it acceptable to really shut the raiders off, right? Like, I feel like 18 minutes is a little late for that.
I agree.
Then again, I feel like the majority of the raids that I got into, from what I recall, I was really spawning in around that 27 to 25 mark. So I wasn't really necessarily at the very, tip of the raid at the very beginning, at that 29, 30 seconds, when everybody kind of sees the screen fading in, and that's the very, very beginning of a raid. But I feel like I was getting also a lot of those 17, 19 minutes left, and I'm like,
I think that's definitely changed a lot since you last played.
okay.
Now there are a few days, especially at the start of the wipe, where it seemed like when everybody was running Dam, because everybody had to get the same basic bullshit, and Dam was the best place to get it.
Yep.
That I was getting a lot of sub 20 like starts. So I think it also has to there's a lot of servers on that map. It's going to try to get you in as fast as possible. And a lot of people are going in and out, especially as they, everybody's poor. So they're just taking the scraps and just filling themselves up super fast.
Yeah.
And getting out. So they're extracting and you're trying to infill you. But that's kind of, I think that's also why you saw that so much, is just because there's so many new players getting in, getting out within 5 minutes.
Talking about the fresh prestige, so you have a lot of people hitting the same spots.
Towards the end of the wipe, right before wipe, I hardly ever got sub 20.
Okay.
And the only place I ever got 18 was on Salamantis, where people are just PvPing, just off spawn, running to the med bay just to fight. Like that's the only time I've really experienced that.
Okay.
Recently, so I think it's a lot of different factors. I do kind of wish they just would spin it down a little bit, because the 18-minute raid is kind of, you just push PvP. There's nothing else to do. Everything else is hit.
No, I feel like you should definitely be getting there kind of later if you have the free kit. Kind of the same concept as the scav, right? Like, I shouldn't be getting the fresh spawn if I'm taking the no risk all reward route.
100%.
But I mean,
but so far they haven't made that change yet. But it's definitely, I think if you're going as a free kit, you definitely give those people that late raid prio.
Let's see here, I thought I had one more thing I wanted to go. Oh, the wrong computer. Let's see, I have it here. You got one more for me or no? Topic wise.
Kind of talk about a little bit the weather conditions and how it forces you to play differently.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely affected a lot of my gameplay. That's for sure. And I've noticed. I mean, we snow in Tarkov is loud. It's quite crunchy.
Yeah.
Quite crunchy. So you can definitely hear people from quite the distance away. And obviously there's no bushes anymore, so no more bush Wookiees. So it's definitely changed the way a lot of people have played, and like I've said before, it's really kind of shifted the way I need to play. But I also not sure how much of the environment around me and the interactions I have are as clean as possible, because I mean, we just talked about how BSG had the data breach, right, where somebody went in and was resetting people's accounts and changing people's profile pictures. So obviously they kind of have a way to manipulate a lot of what BSG is doing as a developer, and it's kind of I can't even tell anymore. I I don't even report people to be salty or upset that I got killed. Like, I just can't. I genuinely cannot tell anymore. I can't tell because of stats. Terp and I were having a conversation about this the other day. We looked at what the average Tarkov player looks like. How many hours do they have? What's their KD look like? And it was boiled down to somewhere in the ballpark of like 1,400 hours, 4 KD, 40% survival. And then like today I die, and every time I die to somebody who's got 1,600 hours, they got a fucking 11 KD, a 9 KD, a 14 KD, a 70% survival, a 50% survival, a 60% survival. And I'm like, something's just not adding up here, man. Like, I can't tell if it's me just smoking the fucking fat eighth of copium, or if it's like something actually weird going on, or people using some type of soft aim or something, because the game is notorious for cheaters.
I think it's also definitely, like those. There's not a lot of Timmies, probably aren't coming back, especially with Arc Raiders and other options out that are getting more traction recently. People are finally actually starting to make enjoyable Tarkov, or not enjoyable extraction shooters. Like, I mean, a ton of people. I've spoken to a ton of people who were either had played a lot in the past, or like just Giga Chaz in the past, or just few 100-hour Timmies. They're like, I'm just done. Either they played too much in the past and they waited for 1.0 drop and saw that it was nothing new, really. Yeah. And they said, all right, I'm done.
I will counter that, though. I have heard a lot of people coming back because it doesn't wipe anymore.
Yeah,
so
I've seen a lot of that too.
The common person who doesn't sink thousands of hours into this game like I do has an ability to get to a point that they want to get to, that they may not have ever been able to attain, because they're not forced to lose their progress. That guy that can only play 3 hours, maybe twice, 3 times a week. Like,
it's also kind of differs in the hours too. Like, you're playing midday when they're at work.
Yeah, but we all know that there's some of those demons that are just out there that do still work a full-time job. I mean, dude, Cheetos, Cheetos. Cheetos is an absolute animal. The guy was on a semi-pro. Buddy, messing with Duchess. He was on a semi-pro arena team, and I mean, the guy is just an absolute animal at the game. And then he's working 4 10-hour days a week, and then he goes home and he plays video games, and he just he sinks more than the average person into the video games. But they are out there. I mean, they're not always just they're not just Cheetos, of course. But it's definitely they're out there. They're definitely out there.
Yeah. Not
but
saying that they aren't.
Are they that common?
I would say no. I mean, unless you are dedicated to the craft. I mean, a lot of people that are working that 9 to 5, that aren't, just the average people that aren't content creators and trying to, just have that 3 hours occasionally to play.
Yep. Best.
Like they're if they came back, they're coming back because it doesn't wipe, and they can be like, oh, I can actually make that progress, like you said.
Yep.
But I think now it's few and far between, and those numbers of those players are way lower. So now you're just seeing those questionable cheaters, actual just like degen gamers and Tarkov mains that can't put the game down. Coming, and that's, you see them a lot more now because there's just not, the population has changed, and there's just a lot less Timmies.
Yeah,
I haven't touched Tarkov since Arc Raiders came out. My last 4 Tarkov streams were just talking about how much I can't wait for Arc Raiders.
I mean, truth, and I get it. Once again, I understand where a lot of the people don't necessarily fall into the category of that hardcore of a game. I think that it's kind of stems from my own addiction to video games as a child.
Yeah.
And the fact that I used to just burn through everything I got my hands on.
Oh yeah.
So
you hit level 75 in the first week.
Yeah, I mean,
Raiders was out.
I finished all the shit to do in Arc Raiders for the most part before Tarkov came out.
Yeah, you
So 2
absolutely
weeks.
burned through it.
I have,
Tarkov
I have a problem.
definitely has that.
Yeah, I need something
well.
that puts me kind of in my place and keeps me at a standstill, because otherwise I don't have an interest to continue to grind, because I am one of those people who needs it's almost like I loathe live service entirely, and I absolutely need live service. It's like my ADD brain kind of like thrives on the chaos of like, you need to do everything. It's already laid out for you. The plans are there. Go knock it out. Come on, just do it. Just do it. It's right there. Like I was a Destiny addict before this, bro. Dailies after dailies, bounties after bounties, weeklies, nightfalls, raids, you name it, man. So like, I think it's kind of like it's one of those things that I think it's more my personality than what it boils down to for me.
Yeah, honestly, that's not even something I've really thought about either. It's just somebody like you that just needs that heavy grind mentality.
I mean, just to kind of give you a weird perspective, when I was a kid, like, and I mean a little kid, we're talking, God, I'm old, I'm showing my age here. I had an N64, and my mother begged me, absolutely begged me to go to PlayStation, because every single game she bought me on a Nintendo console, I would beat within like a week. I think the only game that took me more than a week was the Ocarina of Time, and it was because I was trying to figure out how to get the unbreakable Gorgon sword. So like, I have a problem. Like, I have a serious problem, and eventually I switched over to to PlayStation as I got older, and the games were more challenging, and they took me a little bit longer, and then I stumbled into things like Dark Souls and Demon Souls, and learned how to become a complete cynic. And I think that's kind of what snowballed into my love for Tarkov, is the cynicism at its finest when it comes to
Right. Yeah.
I need the challenge.
You really enjoy getting kicked to the balls.
Virtually speaking, yes. Absolutely, virtually speaking, yes.
First step to admit you have a problem. Hey,
Jesus.
He's
Is that what is it? The other step is you admit you're powerless over it. I can't stop playing video games. I'm sorry. So,
yeah.
But I think that's really where my whole shift to the extraction shooter ended up kind of coming from. So even though I got my gripes about the cheaters and the spawns and the weather conditions, I'm very ecstatic that these guys are putting their passions into the game and giving us the availability to experience these different ways and different avenues to play them.
Yeah, same.
Because I mean, the industry is in a weird spot, man. Is it not?
Oh, it definitely is. It has been for years.
I mean, we're going down a spiral of the AI stuff.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing too. And then, so there's a podcast called Friends Per Second. It has a bunch of like game reviewers on it. And they were talking about like how they watched interviews, they interviewed tons of game devs and stuff like that, and I don't remember who they're talking about now or who they're talking to. I think it was for Excalibur 33, and like how they used AI during development, but it wasn't for the final product.
It was placeholders.
Placeholders, and like it's just faster. Like we need just a general idea of putting something here for now, and then having our team actually make the correct thing that will be in the final placement.
I walked right up to that same newspaper and didn't even bat an eye. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but then there's so many people like, oh, they used AI, point blank, period, done. Like, cancel them. It's like AI, has its place, but if AI is in the final product, that's where you can start having complaints. But like, people have been using AI for years in general type of ways like that, just to get a baseline, just idea across, get a storyboard or something like that. Yeah, it's not
concept art.
A brand new thing. It's been around for a while.
And I get it. I agree with you. And it's weird that they ended up it's weird that they ended up stripping a lot of the game awards away from Expedition for that, or even having them renounce it or whatever it was. But I mean, that doesn't take away from the fact that
well, I mean, that wasn't from like the actual Game Awards. That was from like the indie, whatever indie.
Okay. I mean,
awards
I
that happen
digress. Even
themselves.
the Game Awards were so big, man. I mean, it was what? It was getting more views than the Super Bowl. Everyone's bringing up over here. He's got a great point. I mean, like
Yep.
it's the industry's getting that big, and I guess that everything is just getting to a point where it's under a microscope. I guess I got my challenge to you is when do you believe that the Arc Raiders community begins to sound like the Tarkov community with the developers? That they feel that things are stagnant, things aren't changing, things aren't the way that they want them to go. Because in all reality, I feel like we've gotten to a point so bad as gamers of instant gratification that these guys are rolling out all these roadmaps, and it feels like how long is it going to be before everybody's like, not enough, or push back, not fast enough? Because they already got the big streamers, like, there's not enough content in the game.
I want to be surprised 6 months before we really see like the entire community coming down
Okay.
the same way that they do on Tarkov.
Now, I'll say Embark handles it better.
Yeah, they do. And they, unlike some other games that only have or other studios that only have that one game, they also have the finals, which they put out to learn from.
Of course.
And so, and they ran into the same issue with the finals. You know,
Oh, 100%.
XYZ is not fast enough, like good enough. Here's these problems. You guys aren't fixing the problems fast enough. They really got berated by their smaller, even more passionate community to be playing a smaller game like that and really pushing it along. So I mean, I think for Arc Raiders, it's probably 6 months before like they really get the hammer. I think, you know, you can only take it what streamers say with a grain of salt when they're playing a game for 10 hours a day every day for 6 fucking months. Like,
This is a great
they're
point.
they're gonna be bored in the first 2 weeks.
I think the game industry is moving so fast, is moving fast to try to keep up with the consumer, because the consumer is consuming too much too fast and the developers can't keep up. And that's where I think AI is going to flourish once done correctly and accurately. I agree and I disagree, because the only reason I disagree with your standpoint is because if that was the case, we would still be getting a bunch of single player games, and we don't get that. We get a few single player games throughout the year, but we get the majority of slop and milking my fucking wallet, right? We're not talking about the fact that they're generating all these things for them to have the next Skyrim, the next Uncharted series, the next Last of Us series. Like, it's not that they're using AI to create these things. They're using AI to give us the next Black Ops 7. Like, that's, I think, where the big issue is. And the Black Ops 7 is a soulless fucking fever dream of a video game that got released. And guess what? It has a fucking milk you dry battle pass attached to it with more shit to fucking have you spend more money on it that nobody fucking asked for.
Yeah,
Tell him, buddy.
I agree with that.
So I agree that I think that it'll be a great tool for developers to create art and things to help push the game in the right direction, and maybe even with some coding. But I don't think that I think that they're putting too much of a focus on AI in the bigger industry, and they're losing sight of where the passion and the creation comes from, where the actual human element is.
Well, I think that's exactly the thing too. Is like AI is a tool. It is meant to support a person and their development or productivity and whatever job they have in general.
Correct.
But people are like, okay, this can just take over people. It's like it won't happen. Like AI, they're trying, and then they're seeing that AI aren't properly doing the task in the long run that people will do, because AI is just also trying to cut corners on top of already being faster. It's trying to be faster in itself, cuts corners, and it ends up doing things incorrect. Like it needs the oversight of a human.
I mean, I don't disagree.
It can slim down a group maybe.
There's a whole
which is also
paradox.
another problem.
No, there's a whole paradox to this that's been explored to like show how AI is going to replace everything at some point. And I don't disagree with you that there needs to be some sort of oversight to it. But once again, I think I think you said it beautifully, right? Like, AI is a tool, and we're treating AI as this thing that is more of an entity than a tool. that we're not
Yeah.
really utilizing it in the sense that we could be. It's something that we should pull out when we need an assistance for something. It's something that we lean on, like way too heavily now. I think it's going to get real for any consumer to really enjoy and eat it up. It's going to be a live service, definitely. I mean, I don't disagree at this point. That's kind of what we need, right? Like, we've all been conditioned to the 5-second fucking scrolls on your phone. So, like, if things don't change every week, you get bored of it. I mean, even look at Peak. Have you played Peak before, buddy?
Yeah, I played a few times.
The mountain changes every day. Like, you can't even have 5-6 mountains that were built into the game. Nope, the game's got to procedurally generate a new mountain every single day for us to be just okay with a single game.
Yeah, it's insane.
What happened to the cartridge I used to put into a Nintendo? And like, that was it. Like, they gave me a finished product. Like, they had people go through this and with a fine-tooth comb and try to make sure it was perfect. What happened to the passion behind that?
And if you want to sink more time into that game, you replay it or you 100% it.
Yep.
You're supposed to play through the game in 20 hours, and then 100% is like 60 hours. That's supposed to carry you for like a month. Like for a normal person back then, at least. Yeah, now it's just, and the thing is too is like, single player games are so fucking expensive. I can't afford to buy a game every like.
Oh
even
yeah.
If I blew through a game in 2 weeks, I can't afford to buy 2-3 games a month.
I will say though, video games have stood the test of time with inflation for the most part.
Yeah.
A video game's been $60-$70 literally ever. Like, just ever.
Yeah.
How much did I pay for Super Mario Brothers when I was a little kid? Fucking $59.99. You know how much Smash Brothers was? $59.99. You know how much Melee was? $59.99. Like, bro, they've just been the same, dude. They've been $60 literally forever. So like,
yeah, until recently though. And then
which once again, if they've been going to the $70-$80, I understand people are losing their fucking minds. But guys, with all the inflation that's been going on, like, this is the one thing that I'm like, you know what? I'll give you the extra 10 bones. Like, this is the one thing that you guys haven't been literally ramming a fucking tungsten rod up my fucking pooper the entire time, just saying, hey, we're just going to have you want more cosmetics, you know? Like,
yeah, but I think what Keith's saying too, like, if you're getting a complete product, that's fine.
Johnny Mnemonic in the Matrix.
The problem is that we're not getting complete products. And
yeah,
it's like the
I would love
ability,
something like that kind of way.
Like, for years, the ability for devs to put out a broken game is they will fix it later through updates.
Oh yeah,
has ruined the game market.
Oh yeah, I said that before.
Problem.
I've said that time and time again. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Because you're not able, like, when we were kids, ship out a game. Here's what we fucking got. Like,
yeah.
No, now it's here's early access. Like you said on the last podcast, like, you're gonna go through the shit and fix it for us instead of us paying for game testers. And then now it's
everything's early access.
Give us more money.
We're
gonna find our bugs. We'll fix it later.
No,
and it's like,
I agree.
It's shitty.
I agree to an extent, right? The consumers are consuming that fast that we want it that bad. But there is a literal reason every single one of us is waiting for GTA. And not a single fucking person is like, you know what, man? I'm not getting GTA now. They delayed it again. I haven't heard anybody say that. The joke is that, oh, of course it got delayed again. But I have yet to hear a single person go, Rockstar delayed a game again? I'm not buying it now. Of course you're going to fucking buy it. Because they're taking their time to make sure the shit's fucking perfect for us. Like, that is the cost. Like, and I will pay the cost for that.
I think the crash and burn of Cyberpunk kind of helped that a little bit too. Like, actually saved the industry a little bit, low key. Like, because everybody was like, "Oh my god, this game keeps fucking delaying." They're like, you know what? Fuck it. Here, have the game. It's broken as shit. We got a broken as shit game. Everybody was like, "Holy fuck, it's broken." They're like, "Yeah, I know it's broken."
We told you.
That's what we were trying to tell you, and you guys wanted, like, give me the fucking game. We're like, here, have the fucking game.
Yeah.
You guys win. And they're like, well, it's broken. It's like, yeah. So I think that kind of gave. I think if Rockstar had been doing this before Cyberpunk, they would not. They would probably be in the same boat where they're like, "Give us a fucking
I don't
game."
think they ever would have though. They are way too knowledgeable about this industry. They once again that's one of the last few.
Gets the control.
Yeah,
they have the control.
but that's one of the last few AAA
Yeah.
titles that are groups out there that you can actually, I guess, trust, right? Like once again, we're all waiting for the next Skyrim to come out. How long am I going to sit here and wait on Bethesda after they've been really putting out the hits, putting out the motherfucking? I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Bethesda's even dropped the ball big time, and they were just one of the people that everybody used to be able to comfortably rely on.
I haven't touched a Bethesda game since Fallout 4.
Gray Zone's another great example, right? Like Gray Zone was supposed to be this whole amazing game.
Yeah.
It was ready, and then like you realize how early access they were really just trying to rush the game out. And bro, I'm mad I could never get my money back for that game. I haven't touched it since it basically came out.
Yeah, I played it when it first dropped, and I had fun for it for like 2 weeks, and then I was like, all right, this game is just not polished enough.
There was just nothing to it. Like it felt empty, soulless. Nothing was there. There was no.
It was so fucking massive, with just so much dead space.
Yeah, there was just nothing going on, dude.
And I don't want to take a helicopter ride for 8 minutes, to the same spot every single time just to go back and forth.
Don't disagree.
Which a lot of that they fixed. JPEX, who we've gamed with, he's tested it recently. On like the last like big update, they fixed a lot of that stuff. Helicopters fly faster. Their helicopters are quieter. You can return a lot of quests. Just you do it like radio them like, hey, I got it. Like here's whatever information they want. So it's not as much back and forth anymore. And there's now you can also get fobs and stuff. So there's forward operating bases where you can have like mini
spawns and stuff closer by.
Spawns, hideouts, stash.
That's cool and all, but I mean, like,
but that's stuff they should have shipped with.
100%.
You shipped on ready.
Like he said, had they waited.
Yeah.
Had they just waited.
It's what every streamer and early playtester said. They're like, this game there's so much fucking potential. Please just don't ship it. And they're like, all right, cool. We're gonna ship it 2 weeks. I'm like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I get they were excited, but
I think the biggest thing is money. Like, they are a smaller studio. They don't have a massive backing, so they needed the money.
I mean, I get it. Once again, I get it. The money doesn't come from nowhere, but
I feel like something for that they could have, I don't know, done some type of like just community like donation maybe or something like that.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, Kickstarter.
Anything.
Just not put the game out.
I mean, anything, bro. It is what it is, man. It's kind of way that the cookie crumbles at this point, right? Like I'm hoping the best, but
I can't say I want to do the same thing if I was a game, if I'm like making a game myself, like especially if I was so excited to like just have something I would like want to give people. Like I think just being over passionate about something too, kind of.
There's also making sure that you're providing what you're promising, right? Like as a game developer, you are providing a product to us. It's not necessarily just a service, like we say live service games, but like it's an actual product, and there's a level of expectation that comes with that when consumer spends money. And I think the like you said, I think the overzealous, hey, I want to share this with you, is like you will share it when the time is right.
Yep. Yeah,
but they have pockets.
Yeah, that too. I mean, Sony can still push out decent stuff, but like, when you have the backing of years and years and actual decades.
But
I mean, Sony's also the biggest fucking company in the world.
Yeah,
when it comes to all the gaming,
entertainment, and things like that.
They have the they had the time to put like just kind of burn money until they make it back.
Yeah,
they just have that much money.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Just when you're on the right side, man.
Just like anything else.
Yeah.
Big companies can sit there and make great things. They're like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Indie people just can't. Like, they don't have the money that they need to support families too, and they don't.
I think that's another thing too, right? Even the global economy is kind of rough right now. So everywhere, it's kind of tough to make these things, these leisure things like video games and all these wonderful extraction shooters that we continue to play.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, thankfully, Embark was able to, and I think a lot of it was just that they had a lot of older professional people that were able to take their losses personally and to create this studio. I don't know if they're backed by anybody. They probably are.
No, I think it was just a very large group of higher up Dice employees and former Frostbite employees that worked on Battlefield like 3 and 4 that were
So
just
they
like
had
they had the experience and the know-how and probably some chemistry as a team.
and they had personal like investments and stuff too, where they're not
I'm sure.
having to worry about their next paycheck.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's rough. You can't take it. You can't take the young, the energetic people that are, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, and really gung-ho to start something. They have to start somewhere because
You're not wrong.
they have to start the bottom totem pole with the big companies or medium-sized companies.
Yeah.
And I feel like by the time they get to the top, they're just dead inside anyways.
Blizzard. Oh god, I had something in my throat, man. Ugh.
Exactly.
All right, man. You got anything else?
No,
I think that's
pretty good.
I think that's good for today. I appreciate you once again hanging out with me for another good hour and chopping it up and kicking it around, kind of like when we go into our free flow and just bullshitting back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Lots of fun.
Absolutely, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Once again, check out the Friendly Extract podcast. It's on Spotify, YouTube. We do have a Discord. I got to get the invite link to put in here for ! Podcast, which I will put in for my chat. I'll get that all set up for you guys. We're going to be working on this to get this a little bit tighter, a little bit smoother as once again every single time. But I appreciate you guys hanging out for the first live one with us. We're going to make sure, once again, I will try to make it cleaner, spell better, and not have Buddy's window floating around inside of a frame. I'm going to work on a couple of these things. Once again, thank you, Buddy. Anything else, brother?
Of course. That's it.
All right, guys, and have a fantastic night. And unfortunately for us, shit's over. I am going to continue to play a little bit of Tarkov here, but
Hell yeah.
you are off to do your own thing at the moment, are you not, sir? You gonna go shoot some clankers?
I'm probably gonna work on some stuff, but
all right, bet.
Probably at some point.
Do some stuff. All right, man, do some stuff. Ciao for now, sir.